Bad US. Hi everyone. I don't know. I think we are live already. So hi everyone. Thank you all for joining. Uh, Today we'll be going through how to navigate. All right. Sorry about that. I just wanted to confirm everything is working fine. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for joining. Today we'll be going through how to participate in the Gitcoin beta round. And today we have our wonderful personnel here with us today to guide us through the process, and not just guide, and also provide some valuable feedback and tips for us how to navigate the Gitcoin platform, and also for the subsequent rounds, how to understand how the entire process, how they work. So as part of our goal in Web3 Africa to onboard Web3 builders, and not just onboarding them, but also providing the right assets and also educational material, educating them on how to navigate within the Web3 space. As you might have heard before, Gitcoin, it's all about the Web3 space, and how to contribute to the beta round. It's also very inclined with the Web3 space, even if we have a little thing like some of the things that you can do from the Web2 space as a developer, as a contributor, or whatever field you find yourself. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Enough of introduction. But before then, I would like just to reiterate again, Carlos, I already mentioned his name, so I would like him to quickly introduce himself, then we get right into it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to support your mission. I always say that some of the strategies that I implement in Latin America for adoption are just copied from the different countries in Africa, and what they've been doing for moving the space forward for a long time. So really excited to give back a little bit. I've been copycat strategies for a while, so now I can give back a little bit. So just to jump right into it, we're going to be focusing on Gitcoin as a platform. So how to create your passport, which enables matching your funds from the quadratic funding pools that are created in the different rounds. So some of those rounds include Web3 education and community, which is what Web3 Afrika is participating in. Other rounds include climate solutions. There's a lot of projects from the Africa region as well participating in that. And there's other smaller featured rounds that are revolving around crypto advocacy, for example, Web3 socials. And in the past, there's been other rounds like gaming that have participated. There's a lot. So it's really nice to just check out what other rounds are doing and get aware. It feels like you're getting a little bit of alpha as to what the future of Ethereum looks like. So I want to jump into the first tool that is really an important one. I'm gonna share. Can you let me know if you're able to see this?
Almost. Okay, yeah, I think yes. I probably just need to add it to the stream. And yes, should be visible right now.
Okay, so this is Gitcoin Passport. So Gitcoin Passport is a decentralized ID solution. So this is based on your various interactions on chain and with Web2 applications. So when you log in, the first thing you'll be able to do is check if there's any of these Web3 stamps that you can verify right away. It's a one-click process. You don't have to pay gas for this, so there's no reason not to do it. Once you hit refresh, it'll show you the different stamps that you can qualify for. So this is one that I haven't confirmed previously, so I will now. And you just sign that transaction. Again, this is a gasless interaction. You're just signing. And here you can see all of the different platforms that you can gain the stamp from. So if you think about this as a passport, which is the name,
Yeah.
And I'm from Honduras, so I have to apply for visas pretty much everywhere I go. And visas are only valid 90 days when you're traveling. So this is the same concept. These are only valid for 90 days. So if you had these last round, you have to renew them again. And you can get them for all of these things. If you have an ENS domain on your wallet, if you've collected POAPs, if you've had Ethereum and have used X amount of Ethereum for transactions, if you have a Lens account, if you have NFTs, all of these can qualify for stamps. And this right here shows the threshold that you need to surpass, which is 15 points. So 15 points is really not that difficult to get in order to enable matching. So without having at least 15 points, your donations will not be matched on the platform. So it's really important to make sure that you do this. And the link is passport.gitcoin.co. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the comments on the channel. So please follow along with that. And if you can submit a screenshot of your passport having more than 15, Web3 Beach is gonna basically give you enough Ethereum to make one donation during this round, and hopefully we can do that together while we're on this call. So this is the process for getting the passport done. Do you have any questions so far?
I just sent the link, so I think anyone can drop the question on the chat, and if there's any question, I would definitely forward them. But for now, none.
Okay, cool. And we have a couple of people watching. Abiodun, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Just want to give a shout out. I can see that you're watching. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Correct. Pronounced it correctly. And I think he responded. Said no questions for now.
All right, cool. So go ahead and make sure that you've got do you have your passport ready? Is it past 15? I know that you're managing the live stream, so it might be hard to be doing everything
To
at the same
check.
time.
Yeah, exactly. I have my passport ready anyways. Maybe we could try it.
Okay, so once your passport has been enabled, then you can go ahead and visit grant.gitcoin.co. So this is where you can see the different rounds that projects can participate in. So just looking forward to the next round, if you are watching this and you're working within climate solutions, if you're working with education and community, if you're doing something specific with ZK Tech, Ethereum infrastructure, for example, then you'll be able to apply for grant funding as well through this process. I know right now one of the biggest challenges on this round is that this was deployed on mainnet, so it creates a little bit of a barrier because it is so expensive to make the transactions. I know we've spent a lot of gas already donating to various projects. So I can say that the team has acknowledged this. The team kind of recognized that this was a mistake. You cannot foresee what the gas is going to do, right? So the team is very aware of this obstacle for a lot of people, especially in emerging markets. I know a lot of people from Honduras have just flat out said, "Look, we're not going to donate this round because I can't afford like $30 for sending
to be honest,
right?" So that's a big challenge, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is something that will be corrected for the next round. The team is very much aware of this, and it's kind of like the pain of being too early. Sometimes really early in this industry, sometimes you can be too early and have things like this happen. So it's a challenge of being in an industry that's so young. So I'm going to jump right in and just do a donation so we can see how this works live. So you want to find the round that you want to go to. So it's really important as well to be aware, speaking of gas fees, if you're going to make a donation to various projects and they're in different categories, those are all going to be different transactions as well, right? So make sure that you take your time when you go through the rounds, look at all the projects so you only have to do it once and you don't have to come back. So for example, earlier today, I donated to a lot of the climate solutions projects that are making impact in Africa. I missed one. And because I missed that one, I had to go back. And I think it was, I don't know, $25 extra in gas. So don't make the mistake that I did. That was
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. So actually I can see my cart. So let me look at my cart first. And just delete. This is a lot of the projects that I've donated to previously. Actually, I'll leave that there because I want that note for later.
Okay.
So I'm going to just look. So this is all the different projects, right? If you want to learn more about a project, you just open it and
sorry, just a quick one, please. Hi everyone, if you are just joining, I noticed a couple more people joined, and please, what you need to do right now to follow along and also have an answer directly as he's explaining the whole thing, you get to do it immediately. You can just check out, I dropped the link, but I might just resend it once again for the benefit of those that are just joining. Passport.gitcoin.co. You can create an account for free and also set up your account and verify all that is required. And I think you need to attain just about 15 points. And after that, you will be able to any project. So our project specifically for Web3 Africa falls under the category of Web3 and community. And we have tons of projects there already, about 218 projects there receiving funding under that category. So just follow along and understand what Carlos is talking about and how you can get to, know about the project and also donate to the project. Any one of them that you like, anyways. All right. Thank you very much, Carlos. Please just proceed.
Yeah. So thanks for the catch up. I just thought it's so fast that I thought I would just do it again and show what the stamps look like. So you go to the passport, you click on confirm stamps. It scans your wallet to see what stamps you can redeem, and you just sign again, and it refreshes all the stamps. So let me go ahead, do that. I'm logged in, refresh my stamps. It looks through. And then there's no more stamps detected because I just refreshed all of them. So it's that easy. It really just takes a few seconds. And then once you get on there, you see your score here at the top right. So you can see my score is 22.94. On my personal account, it's like 60 points, I think, because I have a lot of other things attached. So I'll point that also the Web3 stamps are a lot easier to verify than the Web2 stamps because you have to log into your account. Maybe you forgot your password. This is one of the advantages of signing with Ethereum, in my opinion. So once we're done with that, then you're going to be able to navigate to grants.gitcoin.co. And look for the projects that you want to support. So I'm going to go to Web3 education and community. And I'll stop now. If anyone that's watching submits a screenshot of their stamp and their wallet address, I'm going to be sponsoring one donation that you can make. The only rule is you cannot donate to Web3 Beach because that would be considered kind of like trying to game the system. But there's nothing stopping you from donating to Web3 Afrika, for example. They've got a great cause going, and I would love to see Web3 Afrika win in this round. So, okay, once you get in here, you can browse through all of the different projects. If there's anyone that you think is particularly interesting and you want to learn more about, you just stop, you open it, and you can read about their progress, what they've done in the past. Who their team members are, how long they've been around. And then you can back out and go back to the overall You can call this like a menu of projects that you can donate to, all the different listings. And let's see. And this refresh, every time it refreshes, it randomizes the order that these projects appear in. So there's no particular, there's no, yeah, there we go. There's no advantage that any project has, right? Because it's always refreshed. So here it doesn't show the contributions because I think the devs are updating something right now. So this is what the Web3 Afrika grant. I say, okay, perfect. I love this. I'm going to add this to my cart. Then you can go up to your cart and you can say, okay, these are all the projects that I decided to donate to. And you can say, I'm going to donate 2 DAI to all of them, apply to all, right? I've already donated to the 47 that were in here before. So I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this to ETH and I'm going to do 0.002. And then, what, sorry.
Sorry, I think, I'm not sure if I am the only one, but I think your screen froze for a while or something.
The screen's frozen?
Yes.
Okay, where am I now?
You're currently, I'm checking the live, so you're currently at the page where we have all the Gitcoin rounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's from our end or something is happening.
Okay. Let's go back and see this. Okay, is that working now?
I think I can see your mouse now.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. So here, Web3 Afrika appears right at the beginning.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Someone
So
commenting.
This is randomized every time that you go on, right? So it's perfect. Then I'm going to go to my cart, view my cart, and I'm going to switch this to ETH. And I'm going to leave all of these at 0 because I donated to them already. And I'm going to go straight to Web3 Afrika, do 0.002. Wait a second. Then I will submit my donation. Actually, let's play nice and do some of these again, right? So here's a really good friend of mine, 0.002. I really love what Elise is doing. You can find her on socials, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram. She's a developer from Trinidad and Tobago. She does a lot of technical tutorials and walkthroughs. I'm a big fan of hers. We're gonna do her DAO. They do work to empower women builders all around the world, and they send builders to hackathons. You see where Blue Global. Let's do Blue Global as well. They have an Africa chapter, Blue Africa, where they also do a lot of work in the region to empower women and get them to conferences. And let's see what else we can find here. Crypto Curiosas, let's go ahead and bless them with a little bit of ETH as well for this round. Mujeres in Crypto, I really love what they're doing as well to empower women in Latin America. So there we go. We're going to say this is co-sponsored by Web3 Beach and Web3 Afrika, because if Web3 Afrika hadn't invited us on there, they wouldn't have gotten that extra point.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So as you can see, the gas, it's a little pricey. We're going to go ahead and do this fast because it only changes a little bit. So the gas fee is actually $47, and I guess it's an additional 20 something dollars that we're contributing, 22 or $23. So we're going to confirm. And you can see this.
I think this is the scary part. The gas fee scares everyone.
Yeah, it's really difficult this round. The donations are down. They're down a lot compared to last one. So once you're done with this, then the share on Twitter button comes up. You just click on that.
Then it shares on Twitter.
It goes straight to your Twitter. And let's change this a little bit, right?
Okay, well, no one is seeing your Twitter. We're still at the page of thank you for supporting our community, which is fine.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, okay. Yeah, I see what happened. It opened to another one. So I'm gonna do this. Present. Screen share. And then go to Twitter. There we go. So it just does an automatic tweet prompt. So I just donated to Web3 community and education on Gitcoin during the live stream with this Web3 Afrika. Where do you think we're gonna be looking for these screenshots? Should we do them on here?
Okay, let me see. I would also check the community to see if anyone drops. Just give me a moment. Okay, screenshots showing they've they are having 15 points right at the moment. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So you, for those watching, right, you might not be able to share screenshot on YouTube, of course, or can you add the file? Oh no. So you can feel free to drop the screenshot. So this screenshot is just for us to know and be sure that you've met the certain criteria required for you to donate to any project. And this is very simple. Once you go to passport.gitcoin.co, you should be able to create an account for free, verify your Google account, Discord, any of these accounts just to get you to 15 points so that you can be able to vote on or like donate to any project, right? So after doing that, feel free to share your screenshots so we can be rest assured that you have done it. And of course, I think Carlos will be giving out I can't remember the figure, but giving out some dice or it's for you to be able to contribute to any project. So this could literally be any project you find within the Web3 community category on the Gitcoin grant, on the Gitcoin veteran grant, right? So we're looking forward to that. Feel free to post anywhere, probably on Discord, or you can decide to send it as a DM or whatever. We just need to see them, and so that we'll be able to send you the token for you to vote or contribute to any project. I keep saying vote. I don't know.
Yeah, it's voting. It's quadratic voting. That's basically what it is. So that's right.
Cool. True. Yeah. So to any project, anyways. So we're looking forward to that. I think we're done with our part, right? Carlos?
Yep.
Yeah, we just contributed to different projects, about 5 of them, and we paid such a huge amount for gas. But yeah, we're done with that. And one good thing is that after donating to any project, you will get access to tweets about your donation, and from there you could literally just share to the public for everyone to even support, or for you to help the project grow better. So that being said, I'm still looking forward to any of the screenshots so that we can send you a token for you to be able to vote.
Yeah, perfect. So we can hang out for a little bit longer and see if we have any screenshots, and maybe we can get some of the other participants to do this live with us. That would be really cool to see.
Yeah, perfectly. So I am trying to check everywhere to make sure I don't miss out on any of the screenshots. So from there we can take it. But before then, there was a time when we wanted to submit our application for this particular round. I think Tony handled the whole process, and we realized that we had to pay up to about, I think, $35. Yeah, for us to get as gas fee, of course. So then I think he tweeted something about using a particular project for a gasless transaction. I'm not sure how that will work, right? But of course, definitely not for this round, maybe for the next round. I don't know if you have ever thought about that, or there's any discussion around, using gasless transaction to facilitate the process of donating to funds or donating to projects rather.
Yeah, there are some conversations. Well, I think primarily just moving over to a layer 2 for
Yeah.
the next round is going to make everything a lot easier. And for gasless transactions, I'm not exactly sure what the best option for that will be. I know that there are some conversations around creating kind of like funding pools so that people can get reimbursed for this as well. So the team is definitely looking at different solutions to make this a little easier to navigate and a little more inclusive for people that definitely need a little bit of help. Because I know projects in Honduras, for example, if just from personal experience, we onboarded 20 projects to this round, and it was at least half of them we had to pay the gas for because they just couldn't do it. So I think it's a common problem where not having enough resources doesn't allow you to compete, right? So that automatically excludes a lot of people. So Gitcoin is a very open-minded and well-intentioned team. So they're definitely considering all these different obstacles that were brought up during this round, and they're trying to figure out how to correct that for moving forward as well.
Yeah, sure. I think that's fine. I think layer 2 would probably solve this whole problem a way better. But another thing is that something we figured in the past is when you tell people about Gitcoin, I think they still try to struggle or try kind of find it difficult to understand why Gitcoin exists. I know this is like something they need to work on their end, right? But when it comes to around like explaining how things work, how quadratic algorithm works, and all of those things, it's kind of difficult compared to for example, getting a grant in the Web2 space where you in this case where you just need to vote for a project, and once you're able to like get few people to vote, you can participate in any of these activities online, and that's it. Like, you don't need to understand like quadratic algorithm, how it works. You don't need to understand some of these things like, okay, this is what you need to do for you to get a certain amount from the pool available. All of those things are not just so difficult in the Web2 space, I would say. So is it something we should take as a Web3 thing, or we should just think of a way to make it better?
Definitely, one of the challenges is trying to explain quadratic funding and how this is different from Web2 platforms. And I work with a lot of communities that are not technical, so I try to de-jargonize this whole experience, this whole process, and the technology. So I think a really good example. I don't know if I'm able to screen share right now. Can you see my?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is a really good example, just having a visual representation. So there's matching pools that are created by sponsors. So some of those sponsors could be, huge companies like Polygon or Lens or ENS, for example. And they basically put this money into a pool and go, we would love to see more people building it for public goods, right? Open source software, ETH infrastructure, climate solutions. And that amount of money, so it could be $100,000, it could be $350,000. That amount of money is going to get distributed to the projects within this round competing for it. based on how much community support you have. So if you compare that to GoFundMe or Kickstarter, you only get what people contribute to you. And I think the platform even takes a small percentage out of that. So if I were to send you $1 on GoFundMe, you would probably get like 98 cents. So in this case, if you have 100 people sending you $1, the amount matching starts moving up on this curve, right? So at this point, 42 people sent me a total of $255 worth of crypto. So it could have been DAI or ETH. And what I actually received at this point was 3,800. So this is a democratic way of representing how much funding I should get based on the community support. So if people believe in what you're doing, if people think you're creating value for your community or the ecosystem, and then they contribute to it, then the more of those contributions you're getting, the more you're able to pull out of that matching pool, which is also why it's important to consider the Gitcoin passport's role in this whole thing, right? The Gitcoin passport basically prevents someone from creating 5,000 bots with wallets to be able to do $1 transactions and then taking a lot of this pool, right? So just by creating this identity solution, it makes it pretty much impossible to do that. So this is another really good example. For these projects, I donated 1.2 DAI each, and this one received an additional 116 DAI. This one received an additional 190 DAI. This one received an additional 340 DAI. So in total, my almost 4 DAI ended up turning into 1,044 DAI. And that was obviously because these projects had massive support, right? So, this one had maybe 100 people supporting, this one had maybe 200, this one maybe had 300, right? So the more support you're able to get. So this for me is really important. And I want to take this opportunity to basically call on the Web3 Africa community to just get ready, get familiarized with this, because it's going to be very helpful for the next round. Like, I understand that if you can't afford the gas fees to make a donation on this round, that's fine. You can share their grant, you can like their tweets, and maybe someone within your following is able to donate. So that's very helpful. But I really want to encourage everyone to do this, even if you can't donate, just so that you have the hands-on experience. And when next round comes around and it's on the layer 2 and it only costs a couple of cents in gas fees as opposed to $50, you're going to be ready to contribute to Web3 Africa. You're going to be ready to help the project accomplish its goal of onboarding 10,000 more developers from the region to the space and getting them working, getting them qualified for different positions, and also attending hackathons and attending conferences. So even if you can't donate, just go through the process, just so you have hands-on experience.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think I was trying to attend to someone that shared a screenshot of the YouTube instead of a screenshot of their Gitcoin passport while you were, giving a response to my question. So I think this makes a lot of sense with the whole polling system, and also, but what if in a case where you have about, let me say, less contributors, but you have more funds? For example, instead of getting 40 contributors to get you, let me say, 100 USD, but you get about 10 contributors, which gives you like 200 USD. Does that make any sense? Like,
yeah, that makes sense. So what ends up happening is that you get, let's go back to this curve here. Let me see if I can find this. So it matches less, right? So at this point, $1 is turned into $130. So if it were to be $100, it's only, well, it's a lot. It's 825, but it only multiplies by 8, right? $1 multiplies by 130. So it's more beneficial. It's probably easier for you to get 10 more people to give you $1 than it is to get one person to give you $100. Right. But also, if you have people within your network that are willing to give you $100, you say thank you anyway.
Yeah, true. That's correct. Oh, I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's even way clearer, right? Because I've gotten like similar question from members within the community that does not even understand how the whole process work, and also this kind of give clarity on, even if it's not this round, the subsequent round, how to understand that contributors matters within this type of, support program or the grant program within the Web3 space. And also, I'm also assuming that a lot of people that join this live stream will be doing all of these things for the first time, probably joining from their phone or PC or whatever, but it seems we might get like a little bit delay from them sending screenshots, right? So this is something I'll follow up with on my own, and then revert if it is possible for them to still get those, token, if it is possible. If not, getting them on board is, I think it's a big win, and also getting them to go through the process of verification, adding all of those things, it's also a big win, which allows them to understand what is happening within the Gitcoin space and also how they can contribute. I don't know if you have any question or anything you want to share.
No, one thing that I do want to encourage everyone that's watching and everyone that wants to get more involved and learn about the Gitcoin ecosystem is to join the Discord. There's a lot of important conversations that happen there.
Yeah.
And also join the governance platform. I think if you really want to get involved into any ecosystem in the space that's a DAO, it's worth signing up for the governance, because you start getting a deeper understanding of what's happening in preparation for these rounds. And even if you don't have tokens to make the votes, you can still participate in the conversations. So it's really important for you to kind of start taking ownership of your presence in these ecosystems and contribute wherever you can. I think that if the community from Web3 Afrika and just Africa as an entire region starts making more of a presence there and starts making their interest known in participating in this, then the Gitcoin team would probably start making a stronger effort to source funding specifically for the region, right? So it's really important to be active in any of these environments. It's not like I'll use Honduras for an example. Sometimes it feels like you can vote and you can go protest and you can do all these things, and it still is not going to change anything, right? It's not the same in Web3. You can actually have a voice in Web3. And if enough people show up, then change happens, right?
Yeah, that's totally fine. I think for me, that also makes a lot of sense, right? Because within the space, you have that ownership thing, and also you can tell what you want, and also you can contribute to an existing idea if this works for you or not, which gives you that, that freedom. Should I say freedom? Yeah, freedom for you to show interest in any of these projects. So let me just check one more time to see, because of course I know you're a very busy person and I don't want to keep you waiting on the broadcast while we expect like screenshots from those validating. But just give me a second, let me do that right now.
Yeah, the other thing as well is if anyone wants to reach out to Web3 Beach on Instagram and go through this process, if anyone that comes from this stream specifically, I'm willing to make some time to walk you through the process as well and get you some ETH and make sure that you do that donation so you have that experience.
Exactly. So thank you so much for that. I think that's a whole lot, like out of your busy schedule, to get people to walk people through all of these things is not an easy task. And we really appreciate that. We do not take it for granted. Let me see. Okay, not yet. So, but still, like you mentioned, for anyone joining or probably watching right now, if you haven't started or you haven't created an account before now, you can check out passports.gitcoin.co. and create an account. Once you create an account, you can do a screenshot and share with me so that I can forward it. If you can still do that right now, because we're about wrapping up, but if not, you can also reach out to Web3 Beach on Instagram, directly indicating you directly from this live stream for a walkthrough, and also get feedback on what to do and how to navigate through the Gitcoin platform itself. Yes. So that being said, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Carlos, for joining once again. Really appreciate that. And if there's any other update or any other thing that I want to share or a feedback I want to get to you, then I'll definitely share with you. But for now, thank you for joining, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the time. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah.